Hello, fellow preppers. 'Tis I, the Rumple One. Why we prepare? Well, here on the southwest coast, we know there's a possibility of an earthquake. That's one reason we prepare. I mean, throughout the country this past week, there's been tornadoes, floods, droughts, forest fires. I mean, once again, the country, especially the Midwest, is just getting rocked. Texas, getting rocked again. But the thing is, back to earthquakes, when the earthquake happens, you're going to be one of two places. You're either going to be at home or you're not going to be at home. And so there's been a lot of talk about bug out bags and get home bags and EDC, everyday carry. You know, what you have in your pockets with you, because you might be in the car when it happens. You might be at work when it happens. So you need certain things to make sure you're going to be able to survive. When the earthquake happens, if you're at home, hopefully you don't get crushed, nothing falls on you, you don't fall in a crevice or something, and you make it through the event, and then you just have to start putting things back together as best you can. So don't keep all your supplies in one place. It's a good idea. Spread it out. Have things all around. But the other thing is if you have a family, maybe the kids are at school, the wife's at home, the husband's at work, the husband's at home, the wife's at work. You need a rendezvous point, communication point. You need to instruct the kids what to do. When you send them to school, make sure they have something that'll keep them warm and dry. Because it's easy to forget. Oh, yeah, it's a nice day right now, but maybe later it turns cold and windy. And you don't want to be caught out in the cold and wind unprepared, that's for sure. So the thing is, you got to focus on a plan. It's like, if I'm at home, this is what I do. If I'm not at home, this is what I do. Because if you're at home, then you're either going to bug in or bug out. Chances are with the earthquake, you're probably going to stay pretty close to home. And if you're not home, do you stay where you are for a while and then try to get home? Depends. I can't give you an answer. You have to assess the situation in real time. You can do pre-planning, you can think through events, but when it happens, you have to constantly assess and reassess. Things can be changing rapidly. And once again, you want to stay warm and dry. And then, of course, you're going to need water and you're going to need food. So maybe you always have some energy bars or peanuts or something in the car with a water jug or two and a water filter. And once again, getting home might not be that easy. If I go up to the big city, I cross a couple of bridges. Those bridges won't be there after the earthquake happens. I doubt it. So I might be stuck there for a while. It's like, I got to have some plans. Plan A, Plan B, Plan C, D, E, F, G. It's good to think these things through. As you're on your trips, you just start making notes saying, well, what would I do if right now it happened? Where would I go? Know where high ground is in case the tsunami comes in. You don't want to get washed away. Nobody has to get washed away in a tsunami. Nobody. See, here this month there's been a lot of talk about the earthquakes. The public broadcasting just did a Facebook event over the weekend and on their website. And our prepper group's having a meeting this weekend about the earthquake. Just a lot of talk about being prepared. What's going to happen? What we're going to do, our responses. So I'm saying what you have to do is you have to make some plans in advance, but realizing those plans may change. You have to be able to be flexible and adapt. And always think about having supplies. Like, okay, it's a nice day out, but take a jacket. You know, you're going to get dressed up, but maybe you keep your hiking boots in your trunk or something. You have a go bag. And at home, you have your supplies. You get out of Dodge bag, your bug out bag right by the door or by your bed so you can grab it and go and not even think about it. And you got your contacts, your out-of-state, your in-state contacts so people know you're okay. Because you can't depend on things like cell phones. Towers might be out. You might get lucky, who knows, but chances are it'll probably be gone too. Some people think, people who prepare are just fear mongers or doom and gloomers. It's just like, no, we just realize that in the case of an event, we want to, make it through, make it out the best way we can. I know I'm usually preaching to the choir here, but the thing is, it's that pre-planning and having those bags, supplies ready, and just always thinking about it. Don't leave, oh, I don't need it this time, because that's the time you might need it. It's so easy just to become lax about things when it comes to prepping. Now, it's not something that I live, eat, and sleep. It's just something, I do. I think about it from time to time. Yeah, I'm pretty active in our group. But it's the type of thing where I'm just aware. And once you reach a certain level, you can rest if you want, but you know that you can always improve your skills. Fire building, shelter, trapping, hunting, fishing, lots of skills. Tying knots. Boy Scout stuff mainly. And if you're ever at a thrift store, you can get an old Boy Scout manual, like from the 40s or 50s or 60s, before they changed it to all that foo-foo stuff. Pick it up. It only cost you a couple bucks. But the message is the same as it always has been. If you fail to prepare today, you're preparing to fail tomorrow.